After struggling and spending over $90 to update my navigation, I thought about updating the firmware. My head unit has been acting up occasionally where the radio or CD player doesn't play whatsoever. A common fix is to have the firmware up to date. I'll go through the process of attempting to update the firmware of this head unit.
Hey guys, it's TRIZE here, literally, and I'll attempt to update the firmware in this car. For my Volkswagen Passat, I have the RNS-510 head unit. It has 8 buttons, a different interface, and you can load an SD card on the bottom, unlike the similar named RNS-315 unit. Those are found on lesser trim level Volkswagen products released around the early 2010s.
To check what version I have installed, I held down the setup button for about 5 seconds. Then the radio service mode menu pops up. Next, you tap on the version info box. This will show the part number of this head unit along with the hardware, firmware, and navigation versions installed. For the part number, it ends in the letter G, and I'm currently running firmware version 3666. This is the factory default version that came in all RNS-510s from 2012 to 2013. Looking up compatible firmware updates for my unit, according to a forum post on TDI Club, version 4366 is the latest version I can install as it's within part letters E through J. Anything newer could brick my unit as it's only supported for RNS-510s with an SSD or with part letters K through N. Again, the unit I have ends in the letter G and it has a hard disk drive. And after doing a quick search for a free version of this firmware, someone has a copy of this on TDI Club that was posted 2 years ago. I went ahead and downloaded the ISO image file onto my computer.
Next, I have a blank CD that I'll insert into my computer to burn the image file onto the disk. So I'll go ahead and insert it as so.
Now, on my computer, I have this program, Image Burn, running, which is a popular disk burning program. I'll grab the firmware's ISO file to be burned onto the disk, and I'll also change the burn rate to 4 times. They say it's important to burn it at a slow speed to prevent any errors during the burn or update process. So, I'll go ahead and click on the start button to begin burning the disk. I'll come back to when it's all done. So, after a few minutes, we got the disk burned. Now, it will go through the verification phase where it will verify the disk if it has burned properly. So, about 90 seconds later, cue the meme.
I'm Paul.
I still can't get how this chime is similar to the ending of Jimmy Neutron. I'll go ahead and eject the disk and see if this works in my car.
Alright, I'm in my car, and I'll eject the CD that's in my car, #RipTwista, and insert the CD I just burned with the firmware update present. I think this should automatically detect the update and reboot the head unit for it to install. There's an error message saying an invalid clamp state. So, what is this? Sorry if I'm getting scam vibes similar to what happened with the nav update. Apparently, to fix the clamp state error, I go into the time settings and switch it to 24-hour mode. I don't know if it's a locality issue with the firmware, or if it's universal no matter where you're from installing this. CD error at... Well, it still shows the same error message. Is there something wrong with this software or needs a reboot? So, for my most ghetto camera angle, if you can barely see, so you restart the head unit by holding down the left, right, and star buttons together for about 20 seconds. This should reboot the unit and hopefully detect the software for it to update properly. Alright, it just restarted, got the Volkswagen and Fender logo. Please get to the installation screen for me, will ya? CD DVD error again? God damn, I swear to you, if it fails yet again. God damn it, man. Well, what's the problem? Okay, after doing some research to get into SWL mode, you hold down the eject, the star, and the guide buttons together for about 20 seconds. Similar to the soft reboot that I was doing earlier that got me nowhere. So I'll go ahead and do this method. Alright, restarted. Okay, it says please insert SWL CD. The system's not able to start. So are we good? Loading application. Is this what I was supposed to do all along? Okay, it loaded and now it's restarting a couple of times. I think this is how you're supposed to do it. And okay, SWL initialized, searching for the SWL image. I think this was what I was supposed to do. Oh, here we go. It says you have initiated the SWL process with the following image. It's got all that stuff today, yada yada yada. But under SW index, it shows the intended update I'm installing, which is version 4366. I'll go ahead and hit the OK button, which should begin installing. Now we got the disclaimer saying that I've initialized the SWL process. Please note that we take no responsibility for loss of data or functionality through the usage of this process. Please ensure you do not remove power to the system during this process. So, hit OK again. Alrighty, here is the update screen, so SWL is all good. Host is about to be good too. I did look this up. They say online, I looked this up, it takes about 45 minutes to an hour on average to update the unit's firmware. I think I see I see a timer on the bottom that says I got 50 minutes to go. Let's see if that's accurate or not. Well, the disk just ejected, got an error message that there was an error with this update. What happens if I take it out? So it says software downloaded, source activated, searching for the image. You know what? I'll insert another burn copy of a DVD with this update and see if this works out. When I kept getting that error message earlier, I end up burning a DVD as a precaution in case the CD didn't work. The burn rate on that was set to 2 times opposed to 4 times on the CD. And it appears it will resume from where it left off. So it's 34% done and it's stuck on the APPL section where it's at 5% done. I don't know if this DVD will save the day. Okay, we're getting some life as it's now at 8%. It's slowly but surely getting this part updated. They did say online that the APPL section of the update takes the longest. And I also noticed it now jumped up to 94 minutes until the installation's done. Hope that ain't the case. After a solid 5 minutes, the APPL section is done. Now for the hard drive, when will this kick in? So about 2 minutes, we're getting activity on the hard drive, which that's cool. Also going pretty quick as we're over 50%. Alright, hard drive's all done. The radio will cause the unit to reset. Is this normal? Okay, so it's at 10% and guess that was part of the process. All we got left is the radio section and the gateway and everything should be done. So another 5 minutes has passed, the radio's done, and now the gateway will jump up to 55% with a little screen refresh. Whoa, wow, that jumped from 64 to 100. Is everything all good now? All right, it says SWL success. The system has been successfully updated and remove the disk to restart the system. I'll go ahead and do that right now. All right, my head unit's been rebooted. I'll quickly cycle through the radio stations and see if everything is all good. Seems like, as of now, just seeking through every station, I'm getting a signal for them, including the presets too. Now, I'll do the radio service mode menu to check if it shows the new version. So a reminder, you hold down the setup button for about 5 seconds until you see that menu pop up. And right away, right there, it shows SW version 4366. So the update was indeed successful. And for the heck of it, yes it does the latest version of the navigation that I struggled in my last video, which is version 8534. And also, I'll quickly verify if the CD player still works. So hashtag unriptwista, insert that into the CD player and see what happens. Alright, that's playing. I'll quickly cycle through the tracks so I don't get copy claimed. It appears, going through all the tracks, it looks like, yes, my CD player is all good after the update.
So, unlike shelling out nearly $100 to pay for a navigation update disc, the firmware update wasn't that painful and it was free. Thanks to that user providing the update file, I didn't have to spend any money. All I did was burn a disk and run the update process. This is way easier compared to getting scammed on eBay in the last video of attempting to update the navigation. So that'll do it with updating my head unit's firmware. And for those who are interested in this type of content, please be sure to like and subscribe so you'll miss out on any videos like this in the future. So this is TRIZE rising up and signing out.